Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. It's a terrific day to be a Pakistani cricket fan. Pakistan have beaten Australia in the second one-day international by 9 wickets. A superb performance by the men in green. After they bowled out Australia for 163 runs, they chased the target down over 164 with 9 wickets to spare, courtesy of a 100-plus runs opening stand between Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq. And of course, after Saim's departure, I wish he could have finished the game, but obviously he fell about 18 runs short of his own personal milestone as well, but it was a terrific performance nonetheless. Haris Rauf took the Australian batters absolutely to the cleaners. The way he's bowled, we were just talking about this before the show as well, that that length is very, very important in Australia. You can't be full, you can't be short, but if you hit that right length, you're going to get purchase out of this surface. And who would have thought at the MCG, when you talk about the next games that are being proceeding, if you talk about the SCG, the MCG, talk about Adelaide Oval, you talk about the Optus Stadium, Perth, all of these stadiums combined have got records which really matter when there is a one-day international game. But when you talk about the Adelaide Oval itself, we were talking about this again and again, that it's going to be something that the batters are going to enjoy. And Pakistan made every plan against that stat, and it worked in their favor. And I must give credit to Jason Gillespie as well. On his own home ground, he just pulled off a miracle, didn't he? And the commentators were praising this as well, that the planning, the execution, everything was spot on. The skipper Mohammad Rizwan, enjoying his cricket, took about 6 catches behind the stumps, and this was Australia's lowest total when you talk about this ground as well. So we're going to be talking all about this, praising the Pakistani team. And now I think right now, I'm pretty sure that my guests would agree with me as well, that Pakistan right now are the favourites to win this series. I think it's plain simple now. The momentum on their side is absolutely amazing. And if they play consistent collective cricket, I really think it's going to help them. So we talk about that in detail. Then we move on. And of course, we tell you about Quaid-e-Azam Trophy and all you need to know about the stats, the leading run scorers, and of course the points table as well. Pakistan's premier first-class tournament. So we'll talk about this in detail. Then of course we move on and we talk about West Indies, who have beaten England in a one-day international series. Problems for England continue. They lost a test series to Pakistan in Pakistan, and now they lost to West Indies in an ODI series. But I must give credit to the West Indies. They performed absolutely brilliantly. There were a couple of things that really were against the spirit of the game, but for that, Alzarri Joseph has been handed a 2-match ban by Cricket West Indies. He was seen being agitated, and he was frustrated over the field placement and had lots of things to say to his skipper, which left a very bad taste. But nonetheless, congratulations to the West Indies. They've played superb cricket, especially when you talk about Shai Hope. Absolutely brilliant as well. And of course, I have to talk about centuries that have been scored by Carty as well, who becomes the first person from St. Kitts to score a century for the men in maroon as well. So we talk about that. Then of course we move on and we tell you that the Pakistan Cricket Board has announced an under-19 squad for the tri-series that takes place in the UAE. The tri-series will feature Afghanistan, Pakistan and UAE under-19 team. Saad Beg is going to lead this Pakistan under-19 side, and of course it's a great series to look forward to at the end of this month. So we talk about that as well. Time now to introduce our guests. First of all, joining us in studios is cricket commentator, international broadcaster, presenter and our sports expert, Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
And we've also been joined by cricket expert and analyst Sabir Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, Sabir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm good, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. Now let's take a look at this report regarding Pakistan's terrific victory in Australia.
Pakistan's levelled the 3-match one-day international series against Australia with a commanding 9-wicket win in the second game at Adelaide. Australia put into bat struggle against Pakistan's disciplined bowling attack and were bowled out for just 163 runs in 35th over.
Dragged on. So it all finishes. The man who started it, Shaheen Shah Afridi.
Haris Rauf set it up with his 5 for 29 to restrict Australia.
And he shot his bowled him, played on, stumps everywhere, Haris Rauf.
While Shaheen Shah Afridi dismissed 3.
To him, just hammers it straight to point.
Smith remained top scorer for Australia with 35 runs, while Matthew Short made 19 runs.
Positive start, driving straight down the ground, the boundary.
Nice as width. Beautifully helped around the corner all.
In reply, Pakistan's win sealed when Babar Azam pulled Zampa for 6, sets up a series decider.
Short one, Baba pulls it away for a 6 to finish a wonderful night for Pakistan. they destroy Australia by 9 wickets.
Pakistan made light work of the modest target, with openers Saim Ayub and Abdullah Shafiq sharing a brilliant 137-run partnership. Saim Ayub scored a quick-fire 82 of 71 balls, including 5 fours and 6 maximum before being dismissed by Adam Zampa.
To Ayub charges. That's the shot of the evening. Just sliced it all. Pat Cummins picked up nicely by Ayub. Perfectly timed 4 rows. Oh, that's a shot. That is a shot and a half from Sam Ayub. Oh, geez, flick that. Miles back here in Adelaide. Ayub starting. Ayub attempted a similar shot. There's 2 men out there, and he's picked. Issue with Zampa into the attack. That is picked up once again.
Shafiq remained unbeaten on 64 as Pakistan easily chased down the target in just 27 overs. This victory marked Pakistan's first win over Australia on their home turf since 2017. Right-arm fast bowler Haris Rauf and skipper Mohammad Rizwan reached important one-day international milestones. Rauf, after taking fifer against the Kangaroos, has overall taken 77 scalps, the most by a Pakistani bowler in first 39 one-day internationals of his career.
Further behind to Mohammad Rizwan, and there it is.
On the flip side, Rizwan joined the club of wicketkeeper batter who have grabbed 6 catches behind the wicket in an one-day international. Rizwan missed the opportunity to break the record as he dropped Adam Zampa of Naseem Shah in the 34th over.
6, he's kept so beautifully, and a chance to close out the innings and get 7 has literally slipped through his fingers.
Haris Rauf declared player of the match for his exceptional bowling. Josh Inglis will captain Australia in the series decider in Perth on November 10th.
There you have it. Sabah Shafiq gives us all the details regarding Pakistan's tremendous victory in Australia. The Adelaide Oval has been a turnaround for Pakistan cricket. Asif, what would you like to add to this? All in all, a great day for cricket for Pakistan. The way they bowled, the way they fielded, the way Rizwan kept the wickets, and then, of course, the batting itself. I mean, a lot goes your way if you're looking at where you're playing your shots rather than not looking and playing your shots.
Well, congratulations, Pakistan, and of course, happy and energetic. Confidence is good. Everyone is smiling. Everyone is talking about that, the way Pakistan played. I think, Wasim Akram, you got an answer. The way you said that might be we could win one game there because the Pakistan team is not looking good. I think, Wasim Akram, that's a perfect reply from the Rizwan's 11 for you. Now, come to the Pakistan cricket team. I think they look so confident under the captaincy of Mohammad Rizwan. He's leading so nicely. A good decision on this pitch. You have won the toss, went for ball first, because you do understand that your fast bowlers are performing well. And when we talk about Haris Rauf's bowling, after hair-raising performances in the last match, the way he came in this match, that was absolutely brilliant. He does understand that I would have to bowl on the 4th and the 5th stump and on a good length area where the English batters, the Australian batters, I beg your pardon, they're just struggling. And they're struggling on that line when you're coming up with 140 and 45 with a pace of 140 and 145. So absolutely brilliant bowling from Haris Rauf. And then Shaheen Shah Afridi. What actually Pakistan was missing, we were missing his early on wickets in 2-3 overs. And the same spirit we have witnessed in this game as well. The ball was coming inside. That was nicely he was bringing inside. And early on, the Australian openers, they were struggled against Shaheen Shah Afridi. And then, of course, Haris Rauf bowled tremendously. I will talk about Hasnan as well. He looks really nice. Decent bowling figures, if you could see that. His line and length was perfect. He was not bowling wayward deliveries, which he had to bowl in his previous career. So overall, if you ask me, I will give 90 marks to Pakistan cricket team. Yes, couple of mistakes in your fieldings. You have dropped couple of catches. Of course, you have won the match and nobody will talk about that. The one catch early on dropped by Shaheen Shah Afridi, the deep square leg. And then, of course, Rizwan. But Rizwan, you are spectacular behind the stumps. You are so good when you are taking good decisions, the way you have used your bowlers. Pakistan is cruising right now. And if you ask me about the batters, I will definitely go with Saim Ayub, the way he has started. Early on, you know that Ahmed, as I said, as we were discussing right before the show, that when you go for 10, 20 runs, when you're under pressure, you're not making runs. You struggle. Of course you struggle. But the good thing is that he didn't take pressure and he went down the track against Josh Hazelwood and played over the extra cover. And that was the shot which brought the confidence in Saim Ayub's battings. And after that, so good.
Is he now ready for international cricket? Now,
I think
international
that-
one day
see-
international cricket.
See, after one innings, you just appreciate him. You cannot make big statements. But one thing is good, he wasn't playing cross the line.
But I mentioned it the other day as well that, I don't want it to be another case which ended up like Haider Ali. At least somebody's got to tell him that, you play your natural game, which you witnessed in the Qaida Azam Trophy as well.
Well, when he played and hammered to straight down the ground, everyone was appreciating. This is your class. And when you are playing proper flick shot, looks like Saeed Anwar, and you're playing for the maximum, everyone appreciate you. But when you go for the no-look shot, which taught by Azhar Mahmood or whoever that is, allegedly Azhar Mahmood, so then it won't work. And definitely, when you are struggling, Pakistan team will struggle. The openers, they played tremendously, and Abdullah Shafiq, when he played against Josh Hazelwood, a straight drive, a cover drive, to be honest, that was the shot of the day for me.
Certainly.
And Josh Hazelwood was clapping
Applauded-
for him.
applauded as
Yeah,
well.
that's the point, Ahmed.
Absolutely. Sabir, you also must be very, very happy. The team environment is fantastic. They're enjoying their cricket. And, a couple of things that Asif also highlighted that, it's a remarkable improvement in Pakistan cricket.
Indeed, I mean, there are lots of positive factors in that particular match. I mean, first of all, Aussies, I mean, they are basically known to play fast bowling really well, but I mean, they had, they have basically tested their own medicine. I mean, Haris Rauf, Shaheen Shah Afridi and Naseem Shah, Mohammad Hasnain, I mean, all four fast bowlers bowled really well. I mean, to be very honest, I'm hats off to Mohammad Rizwan, because Australians basically they were cruising, especially in the first 15 overs. I mean, they had the run rate of more than 6. I mean, they lost the wicket on 21, but in 2.2 overs. Again, the second wicket was lost on 41, then the third wicket on 79, but in 13 overs. I mean, but Pakistan basically kept picking up the wickets. I mean, that was a turning point for the Pakistani fast bowlers. Again, heads off to Rizwan's captaincy, because he was rotating the bowlers really well, because Mohammad Rizwan wanted to, picked up all the wickets. I mean, that was the difference, I guess. If Australia could have batted 50 overs, I mean, then the things could have been difficult for Pakistan. But again, heads off to all the bowlers, because the way basically they left, MCG, again, they started in the same kind of a passion, enthusiasm as well, especially the Haris Rauf you're talking about. So much improvement. I don't know from where he basically got such kind of improvement very quickly. Maybe a Akib factor or the Rizwan's captaincy factor. I don't know. But again, heads off to Haris Rauf. We have criticized a lot as far as his line to length is concerned. He has a tremendous pace. There's no doubt about it. And he has basically performed in the past as well. What we want is a Pakistani fan that you basically focus on proper line to length, and you basically got the reward as well. That is the reason basically we won the match. And again, as far as the batting is concerned, again, Saim Ayub, yes, he's a youngster. There's still a long way to go. From one inning, you cannot decide as far as his ODI future is concerned. But I mean, a good prospect. But there are a couple of technical things, I mean, which Asif was saying. I mean, he basically he has seen Saim Ayub playing, domestic cricket in Pakistan, because Asif has been covering so many domestic cricket in Pakistan. But Abdullah Shafiq, he's a class player. I mean, before the show, I was talking with Ahmed as well, that he basically needs at least 90 to 100 test matches with kind of technique he's having. Abdullah Shafiq, he can survive in every condition, I would say, because we have seen in the past the kind of century plus score in Sri Lanka, in Australia as well. He basically played remarkable innings. I mean, we have seen it. So he is a class. So let give him some time. So these kind of technically good players, basically they have a kind of a bad patch, like Virat Kohli, Babar Azam. Like Abdullah Shafiq is a kind of a caliber. He is basically having a kind of caliber who can survive in every condition. But you need to give him a time. I'm waiting for Kamran Ghulam in the third match.
Well, certainly. I think everybody will keep on stepping up now. I think that's the way. It's a trickle-down effect. When the side is winning, the confidence is there because they bowled really well. The target was, below par on the scoreboard as well. But they realize that the trick has to be. That's why I'm saying I give full marks to Jason Gillespie. The planning, the execution from the team management, to get Australia out and then to make sure you don't lose a wicket. I think that really helped Pakistan's case, Asif, because that's the thing that's been missing for a 100+ run stand. chasing 164 is remarkable for Pakistan cricket. I mean, for the past many years, we have seen that, you know, in the power play, we were 2 to 3 wickets down. But this time, I think they realized the trick. And that was not to give wickets to the Australians, but at the same time, keep on scoring runs, not get bogged down as well.
Well, that's really important, you know, that you just wait for the loose delivery. That's the key. You are playing on the merit with the straight bat. There is no need to play across the line. And when we talk about the players like Abdullah Shafiq, yes, technically they are okay. They would have to perform now. And Ahmed, to be honest, that the way Saim Ayub was actually playing, I was so happy when I watched him that he was just trying to play with the soft hand. That's it. That's really important. And you yourself, you're an opening batter. You understand, you know, that when a fast bowler is coming with the new ball, you'd have to, you have to see the seam movement. And when the bowlers like Mitchell Starc and Pat Cummins, when they're bowling, they won't allow you to play freely. And one good thing is about Saim Ayub, that is the only thing which I have observed, witnessed today, that he didn't take pressure. Whenever he was under pressure, he went down the ground, he hammered, and each and everything was perfect with him. So it's a very, very simple
But
thing.
Asif, one more remarkable improvement that I've seen is two things didn't happen today. One, they weren't flashing outside off stump, not trying too hard to hit the ball. They were playing those sort of check shots with a soft hand.
Yeah.
And that's the way to play pace bowling,
that's,
I think.
See, the only thing is why I'll always talk about Brian Lara. He said that just let the ball come towards you. Don't chase it. And when ball is coming, just try to use the pace of the delivery. So that's why I'm saying Saim Ayub was so good that he didn't go for that no-look shot. That was a proper pull shot, and then was a flick shot.
He went for a full look shot this time.
His flick is perfect, to be honest. I've watched him in Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, and it reminds me the legend Saeed Anwar. Today, it was absolutely brilliant. And yes, you cannot take credit away from Jason Gillespie because he's the coach, and the planning was perfect, and then the execution, of course, then credit goes to Rizwan and playing 11.
Absolutely. So, Sabir, this is, of course, a remarkable improvement in every department that we're seeing. But now going into the third one international, Pakistan now seems to be the favorite. Australia already had announced a change ODI side in the third one, with Josh Inglis being the captain.
Look, I mean, Australians, they will be under the pump, to be very honest. I mean, they have basically taken Pakistan for granted. The way basically Pakistan played in the first match, all the kind of 5 players should have played at least a complete series, because the test series against India will be starting from 22nd November. I think these kind of players should have played the third, ODI at the Perth. But Pakistan will be having, a good confidence, because the way they have been playing, especially in the first match and also in the second match, they have won. And basically, Pakistan will be having the edge as far as their fast bowling is concerned. I would basically suggest, better to include, Amir Jamal instead of Irfan Khan Niazi, because Haris Rauf, Mohammad Hasnain, Naseem Shah as well, having a kind of a niggle, especially we have seen in the first match. Better to include another fast bowler, try to, put more pressure on Aussies. That is a perfect time to basically wrap up the series, especially on the Perth, because we have seen.
Well, I understand, but I think too much pressure can break you.
Well,
So
I've heard the presser of Naseem Shah. He said, I'm perfectly okay and I'll play all the
if
matches.
he's fine,
See, if he's fine, if he's not taking decision, nobody putting pressure on you. That
But even for Irfan Niazi, I think I want to see more of him. I think this is an opportunity.
Yeah,
right
you cannot
give him a complete series.
Yeah, give him a complete series. Same with the Saim Ayub, when you're giving him confidence and opportunities. Well, yes, if the people are talking about that he was dropped on 47. Well, this is all about cricket. If you're getting chances, you will make runs, isn't it?
You capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's
instead of getting out on the very next ball. And this is what we saw happening with Steve Smith as well.
Yeah.
There was a shout for an LBW. They reviewed it. It went to umpire's call. The very next delivery was caught behind of Mohammad Hasnain. So I think that's what cricket is all about.
See, this is the part of cricket.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, see, Rizwan has taken 5 catches. He has dropped 1. So when you are doing well, so
6 catches. 6 catches, yes.
Yeah, of course that. But he has dropped 1 catch as well. This is what I'm talking about. So when you are performing well, so you see that the rest of the team is supporting you. I'm talking about the youngsters like Saim Ayub. And then, of course, Irfan. Irfan is a youngster. He played only 1 game, and in the second game,
terrific fielder.
Yeah,
For
terrific
somebody, his
fielder.
first match in Australia.
Impressive. The way he has taken a couple of catches, it was absolutely brilliant. And you know that why I'm big fan of
Right.
Shadab Khan? Why? Because he's such a
Well, I'm going to
brilliant
come
player.
back to that note as well, but we've got to talk about the Kaiser Trophy as well. And of course, I think Pakistan right now are one of the favourites to win that third ODI, which takes place on Sunday at the Optus Stadium in Perth, which is of course a new stadium of Perth. It used to be WACA before as well. So Kaiser Trophy at the same time, we've got to come back to Pakistan's domestic cricket as well. And there are a lot of stats that we've got to share with you as well. Mohammad Sulaiman has been fantastic as well. He's been performing very well. Asif, I would like you to comment right now because it's a very important season underway.
See, I'm so happy that Shadab Khan is playing with the red ball. And he performed well, a 5 and he scored 80 against AJK. So the Premier Tournament of the Pakistan, one thing is that the Pakistan Cricket Board is not broadcasting right this event. It's so important that when you bring on the TV that these youngsters, they're performing well in 4-day cricket. But, you know, we were hearing the news that they will postpone this tournament because, you know, lots of things are going on in Pakistan cricket. But once again, credit goes to the Pakistan Cricket Board, the management.
Absolutely.
That they have managed and now players are performing well. So, I would love to watch that how Shadab Khan will improve after this event.
Everybody, I think
Yeah.
it's for everybody. Sabir, so everybody now realizes that the pathway to Pakistan cricket is very simple. If you're not performing, you're going to get dropped. You have to go back to the grassroots cricket and you perform there and then come back. That's why this will be a very, very important season in the Qazi Azam Trophy.
Absolutely, you know, this is a rule of thumb. I mean, if you're not performing really well, especially in the batting, bowling, or you know, in the fielding department, or if you are wicket keeper as well, better to go in the domestic circuit. I mean, we have basically heard from so many current players like Rohel Nazir. You know, he basically came here a couple of weeks ago, and he basically himself said that if there are bowlers, they are facing so much problems. You know, I mean, batsmen as well, they better to basically go in the domestic circuit, play 4-day matches. Then you'll be able to improve your mistakes and also enhance your skills as well. Good to see Shadab Khan, you know, likes of couple of more youngsters to be to be watched very properly. Look, I mean, PCB should have telecasted these kind of matches, because then you'll be able to understand, the youngsters will be watching, your national stars as well. Yes, I mean, there are so much Pakistani cricketers, they are basically on Australian tour, but these kind of 4-day matches especially must be televised, and it's a wonderful opportunity for so many cricketers. I mean, not only for Shadab Khan, but also for the others as well. We have seen some good young fast bowlers as well. But it will be interesting to see how basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think credit to all teams that have been dominating. Islamabad, Bahawalpur, Sialkot, all of them have been really, really fantastic in their games. Ahmedabad has been very, very clinical as well for their region. So I think all in all, once again, this becomes a very important tournament for Pakistan, Premier First Class, and needs to be given that importance and discussed as well. On that note, of course, before we move on, I would like to once again highlight that the Honourable Prime Minister, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, also congratulated the Pakistan cricket team today. He took to social media platform X to express his pleasure that the team has performed very, very well. He said, congratulations on yet another exceptional game. We knew you had it in you. Proud of our cricket team for their impressive win against Australia. Great efforts of the chairman, Pakistan Cricket Board, and entire team. He also said, well done, Captain Mohammad Rizwan, for steering the team as well as grabbing 6 catches. He also appreciated Saim Ayub and Haris Rauf for their sensational performance as well. So that was the Honourable Prime Minister, who also took to Twitter to congratulate the team. The chairman, Pakistan Cricket Board, Mr. Mohsin Naqvi, also congratulated the team. So I think all in all, it's a great moment for Pakistan cricket, and all of us should be very, very happy. And I think we really need to believe in this system as well, because it will produce results as far as merit will be promoted, and that's what we're seeing. If you perform, you be in the team. If you don't, you need to take some time off, and I think that's the way to progress forward as a cricketing nation. That being said, West Indies has been on a terrific victory roll as well. Let's take a look at this report.
West Indies won their 3-match ODI series against England with a 2-win victory after a solid 8-wicket win. The final match in Bridgton Town was crucial, with the series tied at 1 win each. England batted first but struggled early on losing 2 wickets and then leaving England at just 24 runs for 4 wickets in the 10th over. Opener Phil Salt and Sam Curran tried to stabilize the innings, but after Curran got out, then Moseley scored a solid 57 runs. England's lower order batsman Jofra Archer added 38 runs of 17 balls, helping the team reach a total of 263 runs of 8 wickets by the end of their innings. In response, West Indies started well with openers Brampton King and Evan Lewis. King and Cardi formed an impressive partnership, scoring 209 runs together of just 203 balls, with both players reaching their first centuries. Cardi finished the match not out at 128 runs, leading the West Indies to a well-earned series.
And there you have it, all you need to know about West Indies ODI series win against England in this report by Malaika. Of course, Asif, tremendous victory for England. I think it's a troubled time right now. They lost a series to us here in Pakistan. As far as test format is concerned, they take on a complete one-day international side. It was a good side that they took over there as well, and probably got hammered by the West Indies.
Well, actually, as we were watching once again, the catch taken by the fielder at the point position, it's been amazing. Whenever you watch these kind of efforts from the teams like West Indies, they've been struggling. They ruled out from the T20 World Cup. They were not the part of T20 World Cup. And now, when they're getting these kind of, coming up with these kind of performances, of course, they will get some confidence. And upcoming Champions Trophy as well. So it's really, really important for all the teams, including, see, English side, their mindset is that this is a bilateral series, but even then, pressure comes on you when you lose a team like West Indies.
Well, Sabir, for England, it has been a struggle. Congratulations, of course, to the West Indies, but England has been, I think, too much one-dimensional in their brand of cricket.
Absolutely, you know, they have been playing ODIs like in the style of T20 cricket. I mean, we have seen Phil Salt, he basically made 74. Sam Curran as well made a couple of, of 30+ score. But a heads off to, West Indies, because there are a couple of youngsters, I mean, also a couple of senior players, they are performing really well, and the transformation from T20s to ODIs, likes of Rutherford, he has been playing wonderfully well. We have seen in PSL from Quetta Gladiators as well. He is a remarkable player, especially he basically comes at number 6 and 7, and the way he has been batting for West Indies is remarkable to see. Another guy like Brendan King, we have seen his performances, especially in the T20s and also in the ODIs as well. Shai Hope is a class player. We always talk about as the Pakistani fan Babar Azam, but Shai Hope is a wonderful player. We have seen his couple of remarkable centuries. He has more than 10 centuries in ODIs as well. So there are a couple of good batsmen in the West Indian side, and it would be very, very useful for West Indian. And also fast bowling. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sabir Hussain, and thank you very much, K. Asif Ahmed, for joining us. That wraps up Sports Extra. For me and my entire team, it's goodbye for now.